I'm Nora.
I'm Phoebe.
This is Lois, our wine bar on Avenue C in New York. I'm the wine director here.
And I'm the chef.
Through Lois, we had a very small kitchen. Phoebe was creating these dishes that people were really latching onto. We were a wine bar. People were coming for the novelty of wine on tap, but they really started coming back because of the food, which was a lovely surprise. It was not something we really planned on, but of course, Chinese food's great. And so we started thinking about how to make that happen.
So for Aida, we have 5 products. We have 1 cookie, which is the current turmeric crisp, and then we have 2 crackers and 2 candied nuts.
Yeah, frankly, we had people coming to the bar being like, can we buy these things from you? And we were sort of just giving them away and bring back the jar, and which was great. And we didn't really realize that people were coming back for these items until sort of there was a groundswell, and then it made sense for us to just start selling them so that we didn't have to lose all the jars. So our wine bar Lois is on Avenue C, which is also called Lois Aida Avenue. It's actually on the street signs here. And Phoebe and I, when we were thinking about names for our business, and our third business partner, David, no one could agree on one thing. Lois was the only thing that we could come up with. And it's our little nod to the neighborhood, but then, naming is the hardest thing ever, and Aida made the most sense, and so Lois Aida. Also, it's 2 sort of older lady names, which is sort of how we see ourselves, so it kind of makes sense. So the 5 products that we launched with are ones that can be assembled together on a cheese board. They can be individually on a smaller cheese board, and then we've also created a content arm that allows us to sort of push through some recipes, but people can do other things with these products. So, for instance, we have Szechuan candied pecans, which are great with every kind of cheese, but we also have a recipe for making cinnamon rolls out of those. A really large swath of opportunity with the smallest amount of products and the least amount of thought. You buy this and you're set. Keep it in your pantry and you can do a lot of things with it.
A couple blocks away, there's a little spice shop, actually a really big spice shop, and changing the menu or adding new things, I will just go in there and I'll pick up something that I don't know what it tastes like or that I've always been curious about, and I'll bring back a big thing of it and just run it through a lot of recipes. With the Szechuan candied pecans, I'm fascinated by Szechuan peppercorns.
They've been on our menu since the first day.
Since the first day, I was like, I want to put, why doesn't everyone use Szechuan peppercorns? They're so interesting. They're so floral. They numb your mouth. It's crazy.
Could be very scary.
Yeah. You can think that you're having an allergic reaction or something. And they're
keep people on their toes here.
Yeah, exactly. They're still incredibly hard to find. I would say that I will go out and I'll try something, or I'll see something that I don't know about, and then I'll try to figure it out. Certainly when we started Aida, we recognized that people were responding to not having a lot of pressure, like at Lois, that not having the buzzwords and the super detailed wine lists that can be totally overwhelming. When we were thinking about Aida and how to present Aida, we wanted to adopt that same trend, that same idea of we're not going to shove down everyone's throats sustainability and organic and local and all of these buzzwords, because we also think that when our customers enter Lois, they're trusting us. They're trusting us to give them a wine that they like, to give them food that they like. And we wanted to create that trust again with our line of Aida products, and just we source responsibly. We have good labor practices. We want people to trust us that we're doing all of that right without having to really, shout it from the rooftops. And I think that there is a trend in people responding to that more bare bones approach, less prescriptive, and more empowering.
Yeah.
we also want to make sure that the party is coming home, you know,
Right.
and that's what we're doing with Aida, is that you don't always have to go out to, you know, a crazy restaurant in order to be with friends, have a good time, over imbibe. You can also do it at home, and you can also do it at home and have a lot of those same elements of positive experiences, new things, new flavors, but you can do it yourself, and you can do it with your friends, and it doesn't have to be some really perfect Martha Stewart, you know, you don't have to like stay up all night the night before making dishes and then not sleep the next day because you're doing dishes. You know, like it can just be really easy. And I think that that's kind of a hole in what millennials are doing right now, is that like you can have people in your home, and that's cool too.
I think with a lot of our products, I don't see them as individual products. I mean, I eat them individually, but I see them as part of a larger whole. So for me, wine pairing is and has always been sort of this complement to your experience, to everything that's happening. So like, I'm not pairing a wine with Szechuan candy pecans, even though I did on the website. I'm pairing a wine with the party that's gonna have Szechuan candy pecans in them, or the recipe that's gonna have those involved with it. So for me, it's more of a holistic thing. It's a little bit different at Lois, obviously, because it's very transactional, and you're like, here's your wine, here's your food, and do you like it? I'm watching you. And if they don't like it, you know. But with Aida, it's more about the holistic experience, in my view. At least in New York, which is like also a microcosm, like the return of Chumley's and Union Square Cafe, like I think there actually is a trend towards sort of this old school version of eating and entertaining with a democratized element. I mean, Chumley's now has like burgers and French fries, and I mean, Union Square Cafe has their old standbys with a few new things that are a little bit more accessible. So there's this blend, I think, happening of high and low, which I think lends itself really well to like what we're doing, you know, have a nice entertaining thing, but like, you know, have too much wine and have fun.